Hey, welcome everyone. Let's take a look at 3 features that are in the Python language that you could use to make your code a little more beautiful, or if you're doing object-oriented programming, to track a few things that you might not know about. Let's jump right into it. Okay, so here's 3 quick tips on useful features in the Python language. First one being number readability. Let's say you have a number quite long, quite unreadable, and you print that out like so. It's going to be n and 12 points after the decimal, or just like this, rounded. Now, what we can do, insert underscores, and this will stay same number, and it will still parse. That's how you can display a really long number that's usually quite unreadable in your source code and still be able to read it the way you're used to. Next up, Python accepts the ellipsis as a parameter, as valid code, not as a parameter. So let's do that. Let's first run this, which of course prints nothing, but also it doesn't give us an error. And how is that useful? You can find a function, do something like that. That still runs with no errors. Let's do something like if name. As you can see, that works just like expected. Next up, subclasses. So let's define a base class. And we're going to use the ellipsis like we used before. And then we say class subclass 1. And let's do something like, so of course that's a subclass, but how do we find all subclasses? We can do something like this. Registered subclasses will be an empty list, and we'll do def init subclass. Just to be proof, we'll do args, quarks, and right in here we're going to run super init subclass with args and quarks to say class dot registered subclasses append the class that is being created. So what we can do now is print base dot registered subclasses, and let's run that. Cool, we have our first one. So let's make another one. And we have both of them.